All right, Algebra 1, this is Chapter 4, Section 8. This is my third example on writing equations given a table of data. So the very first thing I do again is I'm going to graph my data. So I need to do, my x's are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll label my x's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. My y's are going all the way up to 230. So let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, that's not going to work. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, that's not going to work. How about 50, 100, 150, 250, let's go by 50s so I can get this data on here. So I just check my counting bys to see what's going to actually work with the numbers I have. That's the easiest way to figure out what to count by here. So then I want to plot my points. I've got the point 155, so that's going to be really close right here. I've got 290, it's going to be close to the 100. 3, 125. That might be a little bit higher than that one. I point up a little bit. 4 is going to be at 160. 5 is at 195. And 6 is up at 230. Alrighty, then I can grab a line. Since it does appear to be a line again, I'll just draw my line on here. And I'm kind of just trying to get it parallel, and then I place it on my points. Okay, so that would be a good linear representation, a line that represents those points. Next thing I want to do is figure out, well, my x is going up by 1 each time. So then what's my y going up by? If I go to 55 to 90, that would be plus 35. 90 to 125, well, 125 minus 90 is again 35, so I'm adding 35 again here. And is that the case here? 125 plus 35, does that give me 160? Yes, it does. And 160 plus 35, that does give me 195. And 195 plus 35 doesn't indeed give me 230. So I'm adding 35 each time. The other thing I want to know is, what am I starting at? What value would be on my y-axis? Well, that value would be, 0 for x whenever I'm on my y-axis. And what's going to be y? Well, if I added 35 here each time, then I'm going to subtract 35 to go back the other way. So 55 minus 35, clear that all out of there. 55 minus 35 is going to give me 20. So I'm going to say that that's probably going to be 20 there. Okay, so I'm saying that that point right there is going to be the point 0, 20. Okay, so the reasonable thing would to be guessed, if I want to find the y, I'm starting at 20, and I'm adding 35 each time. I added 35 one time here. I added 35 two times at the second number. And I added 35 1, 2, 3 times at the third number. Okay, so I added 35, whatever my x value is. So I'm adding 35 x times. Okay, so that's a good guess. So why don't we go back and check it? So I say that y is going to be equal to 20 plus 35 times whatever my x value is. So let me grab a different color. So when my x value is 0, well, 20 plus 35 times 0, 30 times 5 times 0 is 0, so that would be 20. Okay, so that worked. How about if I put in a 1? Well, 20 times 35 times 1, 35 times 1 is 35, 20 plus 35 is in fact 55. Okay, so that worked. So how about if I put in a 2? Well, that would be 20 plus 35 times 2 is 70, which would give me 90. Okay, so that one worked. So that one worked, that one worked, that one worked. We can try a 3 now. Oops. So I'll take out my 2, and I'll put in a 3. Put in a 3. So that would be 20, and then 35 times 3. 35 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1. That would be 9, 10. So plus 105. And 20 plus 105 is 125. So that one works also. So it looks like I've got the right equation. And then we always just rewrite it. So y is equal to 35x plus 20. You write your variable first, and then you write your constant second. So that is the equation of our line right there that represents those points in the table.